Hey everyone, good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day. I'm so excited because Crafton just dropped the inZOI online showcase last night. I was at work, I couldn't really watch it until today on my drive home, but it's packed with details about this upcoming life simulation game. You'll love this if you're a fan of genre like I am. And I can't wait to dive into some of the details, the roadmap, modding, AI features, and some exciting Q&A moments from influencers and others. I wanted to make this as concise as possible, but unfortunately, pragmatically speaking, there wasn't a way to make this any shorter without losing the quality of delivery. Plus, I've got some thoughts on what this means for the community. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's jump into the world of inZOI. inZOI is a life simulation game that captures the full spectrum of life, from birth to death. You'll be role-playing as a creator and AR company that manages virtual worlds, shaping Zois' lives. What makes this game even more special is its origin story. inZOI was created by gamers like us and led by director Jun Kim, a huge fan of the Sims genre. He shared that he played The Sims during tough times in his life, using it as escapism, just like so many of us do with games. Kajun played as a kid and later on as an adult with his son. One day, while playing together, his son asked, "Are there any other life simulation games like with the latest graphics?" And that question sparked Kajun to take on the massive task of creating inZOI. I love how personal this project is. It's a game born from passion, and you can feel that in every detail. It's such a cool concept. And here's your formal invitation to join the early access as a part of this company on March 28, 2025. I'll see you there. Now let's talk about pricing. If you're anything like me at this point, I was dying to know. Initially, I thought inZOI was going to cost somewhere around $30, similar to what other games cost in early access on Steam, but it's priced at $40. After seeing everything they're offering though, I think it's worth it. The game already looks so polished, even with some missing content, and they're giving us free DLCs all the way up to full release. As I've said, this feels like a journey the developers are taking with us, the players. We get to help shape the game that we want, and that's a priceless idea. The early access goal is to grow the player base while letting us have a hand in adding the content that matters most to us. And I'm all for it. Let's break down what inZOI is bringing to the table now. This game is crafting a realistic simulation from the ground up. Unlike The Sims, where seasons and weather were added as extra content, inZOI makes them core features. Flowers bloom in the spring, leaves drop in the fall, and in the winter, you guessed it, your Zoi will need a jacket to play in the snow. Seasonal interactions like decorating, wearing appropriate clothing will even affect your Zoi's mood. Every NPC in the game is fully interactable. The conversations impacting your moods and actions, just like in real life. Relationships with other Zois scale in difficulty based on your traits, adding a layer of realism. You can also create wearable objects, like turning Kajun into a physical punching bag, which is hilarious, and craft knick-knack bags to sell at vendor stalls. Kind of like a consignment store for secondhand items. You can even sell old clothes. The game also lets you create character movements using videos, which is a game changer. Essentially, you can create your own animations for this game. That also means with these new animations that you can basically create any kind of custom dances that you want. And they actually showed some dances on this showcase. So that's pretty impressive. Before, unless the developers actually release their dev kit to the players, which would still need additional input to create animations, like to capture it. This is pretty seamless. So this is a nice addition. That's right, custom dances. And there's facial and motion capture, though right now, facial capture is limited to iPhone. They're even researching automatic building tools for 30-story buildings, though tall structures currently come at a performance cost. Speaking of performance, the Creative Studio with Build Mode is getting an improvement starting March 20th, and you can get a key by watching streamers on Twitch or Steam if you link your Crafton account. AI pattern creation will be available at launch, but the automatic building tool is coming later. Let's look at the roadmap Crafton shared. It's packed with updates through 2025. Early access launches on March 28, 2025, and then we've got update 1 in May, which includes the mod kit for Maya and Blender, huge for modders. It also brings changes to the body weight and muscle based on lifestyle, plus relationship improvements, an adoption system, and more. In August, Update 2 drops with the Kensuke Cat Island DLC. Hope I didn't butcher that, no pun intended. A Southeast Asian inspired city, along with ghost play, swimming pools, basements, and AI build mode. I'm assuming swim is included with the pools, which would be awesome. October's Update 3 adds a family tree, hotkey customization, and the ability to adjust object sizes and build mode. As far as December is concerned, we have memory system, ability to move cities, interaction responses based on traits. We also have a build mode improvement and new furniture, and create a Zois improvements, mod updates, new outfits, indoor temperature. So now I'll discuss some of the questions Kajun went over that the influencers from the playtest had. He was super transparent and answered some fascinating additional questions. Let's go through a few. Maddie, a cotton sock, asked about a fade to black feature, a way to speed up time during sleep. Since playtime at 1x felt a little slow watching your Zois sleep. Kajun said they're aware of the issue since the game simulates an entire world and not just your household, but they've added 3 options in the menu, including a 30x speed while your Zois sleeps, and that's a great fix. Railkim asked if players could place their shops around the world. Kajun clarified that you can set up stalls to sell knickknacks, but there's no entire storefront yet. New World wanted to know about a graphical update like DLSS 4 or UE5 lighting coming to inZOI, and Kajun confirmed they're using DLSS 3 currently, likely with frame generation to include 3.5 then, in Lumen for illumination. But they had to turn off shadows in certain areas for optimization. They're researching DLSS 4, which is pretty exciting. Babby Hopham, hopefully that's how you pronounce it, asked about the types of death in the game. Kajun revealed there are 16 types, including slipping, food poisoning, electrocution, my favorite, and even dying from the need for recognition. Fascinating. Emma Nicole followed up with a question about how did he decide on whether he should go manual or automatic on driving, and what were some of the difficulties when it came to that. And Kajun basically answered the hardest part was dealing with the traffic system, and so like the traffic signals for the cars and syncing with the light for the pedestrians to cross. So you ended up at a point where there was just a massive buildup of NPCs everywhere because it was a mismatch. So they had to do a lot of research in that area in order to get it right. inZOI from China fan page asked about multiplayer. Jun, who worked on PUBG, said it's a common question, but a tricky one to implement. He's open to smaller scale multiplayer if players keep showing interest in suggesting ideas. Lou K in NS asked about drama in relationships. Can Zois be mean, kind, or even cheat? Kajun said yes, and they can yell or harass others. And there's drama like spouse asking about where where have you been, that kind of thing. Yeah. Finally, Bang Jang Rara, there's no way I didn't butcher that, asked if they did on-site surveys for the map and if there was Easter eggs. Kajun said they didn't do surveys, but Dewan is designed to resemble his neighborhood. You might even find his house, though it lacks any interactions. There are Easter eggs like police investigator tapes and decorations that reveal lore throughout while you explore. I love that attention to detail. There are a few talking points that really piqued my interest. First, inZOI has a car collaboration in the game. Many brands approach them, but Kajun said they were too busy with development to entertain most of them. He's a fan of jewelry though, and wants to collaborate with jewelry brands since the game is perfect for crafting detailed pieces. So you just might see your favorite piece of jewelry in the game at some point in the near future. You can also go to jail in the game with actual gameplay like eating and sleeping in a cell, and you can even plan an escape. That's an excellent middle ground for immersion. Supernatural beings like vampires, yup, I said it, and werewolves might come after early access. Kajun's team even toyed with vampire gameplay unofficially. In concerts, you can create K-pop idols under Atom Entertainment with more development plan over time. There's so much potential here. I would have to say the most noteworthy part of this entire event for me, aside from the vampire mention, has to be the whole smart Zoi comment that Kajun made. He was asked about it in the advent of AI, technology and gaming. Would players be able to actually talk to these NPCs? And he basically responded saying that he positioned himself well with inZOI, in that basically inZOI, the way it's built with all the information and the context that the NPCs would have, that yes, if you had a beefy enough storage that you'd be able to enable that smart Zoi feature and directly communicate with your voice to an NPC. So we're talking about actual dialogue with an NPC. Remains to be seen how that all works, but even better than that announcement itself, I think that alludes to there's more chances that there would be local processing, at least a great deal of local processing for that if he's mentioning our storage, if that makes sense. So yeah, good news in my book. Now let's address the elephant in the room. They didn't mention the internet required system requirement or potential server-side processing. I'm crossing my fingers this isn't a big issue, but I really expect the worst and hope for the best. We'll need to watch for it, especially for players who want an offline experience. Here's to hoping. I love what I see with inZOI, and I'm excited to get my hands on this game and see where my adventure takes me. But I want to leave you with this. As the saying goes, you catch more flies with honey. If inZOI is going to be a success story, we'll need a lot of busy bees running this simulation at the AR company. Let's be welcoming to players from other genres who are interested. If you look at the inZOI showcase view numbers, even with all localizations combined, it doesn't come close to the first 24 hours of the GTA 6 trailer, or even the overall views for games like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Watch Dogs, or Assassin's Creed. That isn't to say we don't have a committed community to inZOI. Just saying it's maybe not as big as you realize for the success that we want for this game. So it's not a jab. Those are all potential inZOI players, especially with big publishers alienating their audiences, making it that much easier for us. It's not far-fetched to welcome them into the fold. inZOI looks like a great game, but it's pending release. Let's make it worth the effort for everyone involved. That's all I'm saying. That's all today, folks. inZOI is shaping up to be an incredible addition to the life sim genre, with its innovative features, transparent roadmap, and a community focus. I'm so excited to see where the journey takes us. If you're as hyped as I am, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and let me know in the comments. What are you most excited about for inZOI? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, stay out of trouble. It's always cheaper to walk away. Peace.